So I've personally used this technique in the past to be able to juggle between part-time job, full-time school, training 6 days a week, and learning new skills. I present you the Mindset Reset Protocol. This is a set of daily principles to help you break out of the current routine and enter in a deep period of intense focus, productivity, and clarity. And the protocol consists in two different blocks. There's one in the morning and another one in the evening. I wanted to create a structure that was realistic for people that have a full-time job or school commitments and don't have much control over their time during the day. That is why the structure is simple and flexible, and you can tailor it to your needs. So feel free to adapt it, the order, the duration, and the format of these blocks so that it's comprehensive according to your lifestyle and your life demands. Here, I'll just share my experience as well as the general application of the whole process. So as mentioned, it's being divided in two different blocks. And the first one is the morning block, which sets the foundation of the rest of your day. This is the most important block because your day is just a cascade of events that originate from the first decisions that you take. And what you want to establish is a mindset of consciousness and mental stability. You need to free up your headspace and declutter your mind as much as possible to feel in control as you go through your day. And this is the opposite of a panic state. An anxiety state is when you're being dragged by what happens to you and what could potentially happen to you. This is why the first core piece is mindfulness. I'm not saying you should become a monk and sit on the ground for the next 4 hours straight, but mindfulness can take different forms for different people. It could be a form of meditation, a shower, yoga, or even just a walk. Mindfulness is defined as the human ability to be fully present, aware of where we are and what we're doing. It's simply about being anchored in the present moment instead of always living in projected future, which is, by the way, the source of anxiety. And most people wake up thinking about the meeting that is going to occur in the afternoons, the grocery shopping that they need to do, or the neighbor's birthday in 2 weeks that they have to prepare. And your brain is excellent at envisioning future short-term events and preparing you for them. This is a great ability, but the downside is that you don't live in the present moment because you're always focused on what's coming next. And that's when a 10 to 12 minute mindfulness practice will be very useful. And whether it's walking outside or following a guided meditation, it is necessary if you want to drastically improve your output, especially when you've just woken up. The goal is also to get away from distractions as much as possible. And the main one is your phone. It's hard enough not being distracted by your own thoughts. You don't need a distraction monster in your hand as soon as you open your eyes. And if you want this to be effective, I highly suggest no phone usage for the first 1 to 2 hours of awake time. I personally don't take a look at my phone for the first 3 hours, and it immensely improved my ability to focus and introspect. Now that we've set up your mind for the day, the second thing is to make sure that your body is following the same fashion. In order to achieve that, the second activity is going to be exercise. Again, exercise takes different forms, and it doesn't have to be an MMA fight straight out of bed. Start small, but make sure that you're making the time for the activity. 20 minutes will be sufficient at first, and it could go up to 45 minutes or an hour for those who have more time and are already practicing sports. Now, again, whether it's a jog or circuits of push-ups, pull-ups, and sit-ups, or biking, swimming, the most important thing is to connect with your body and trigger its potential through activation. Think about it. Cavemen didn't get straight out of bed just to sit in traffic for 45 minutes. Your body needs to be used if you want to function properly. And if you want to feel energized and ready to take on your day, you need to give your body a clear and physical reason to do so, as this just involves waking up your metabolism, hormones, and overall nervous systems through exercise for the whole day. And now comes the first time when you're actually going to use your focus, intention, and resources to produce something, because the third piece is creativity. You're going to summon your imagination and mentally juggle with it to create something. And this can also be considered as skill acquisition time. Start with 30 minutes to an hour increments, and it should be long enough for you to enter in a deep state of focus, but not so long that you exhaust all your mental capacity for the day. And the two most important aspects are that first, you're doing something meaningful to you, whether it's writing, playing music, solving math equations, or molding clay. It doesn't matter as long as you genuinely want to improve at it. And this also doesn't mean that you're good at it right now. It just means that you're betting on improving over time. Second thing is that you have to manipulate the ideas in your brain and use your creativity to come up with solutions to resolve the problems. And this mental gymnastics will help your brain fire neuronal path in a constructive way. There's one condition though, and that is it needs to be difficult. Difficult enough so that your mind needs to stretch and expand according to the demands. Because this isn't about relaxation. It's about trying to improve and do better over time. Now, it may sound like a lot when starting, but if you do the math and start small, you can do all of this morning block in about an hour and a half. And this isn't about a skincare routine to just make you feel good for the day. It's about improving clarity, focus, and productivity overall. Now, once again, implement the habits one by one and take your time to do it properly. I've made a technical video about how to build a habit, and I put the link down in the description below. Now, for those who want to take it to the next level, there's another block that takes place in the second half of your day after school or work. And the evening block is separated in two different parts: education and reflection. During the education block, you'll dedicate time to learning information that helps you acquire new skills and improve your craft, whatever it might be. So maybe let's say you want to develop coding skills. So you attend an online course for 30 minutes each day. Or perhaps you need to learn marketing for your business. It doesn't have to be job related, but it could also be personal education, reading, philosophy, whatever. Start with a 30-minute block. I think it's ideal. Then expand the length if you need and if you can. The idea here is to dedicate a piece of your time to learning for yourself, to develop your character, to build new skills, as continuous learning is what makes the unicity of the individual. Now, the last thing on our agenda is reflection. And this is crucial because it involves looking back at what happened during your day. And understanding it and stating the facts will help you use the information to build the foundation for tomorrow, which hopefully is going to be better. And honestly, this should be a priority. It's only at the end of the list because it goes chronologically. And the goal here is introspection. I suggest journaling because it leaves a written trace that you can come back to whenever you want. Because ultimately what you want to do is create a space for yourself, putting yourself in a bubble to think about everything important that has happened and make sense of it in your own words. So write down your perceptions, feelings, and thoughts. The more detailed you are, the better for your brain to sort everything out. And more than that, it's going to help you sleep better as you transfer your thoughts on paper, freeing your mind from having to hold them in. It's like a shutdown signal for your brain. Now, who is the protocol for? I'd say that the Mindset Reset protocol is for you if you feel like your entire day is being consumed by work or school. It's for you if you want to carve out more space for yourself and your development in your life. Finally, it serves as a commitment that you're making for yourself because there's a structure that you have to follow. You have to engage in those activities, or you're just not respecting the protocol. And if you're someone that struggles with activation, telling yourself that you'll do it, but you just end up scrolling on social media instead, this commitment might just change everything for you. Now, how long does it last? Well, I'd say that the minimum is really 30 days. Otherwise, you won't fully experience or reap its benefits. Now, at the end of the 30 days, if you have tweaked it and tested enough variations, you'll be able to sustain the protocol. Hopefully. And that's when you can choose to either extend it for another 30 days, or if your current life doesn't allow it right now and you feel like you're not ready for more, you just take a break. Ultimately, the goal is to start with a protocol, adapt it to your life, and once you're convinced that it's helping you in all domains of your life, you stick with it in the long term. And you gradually start extending the duration of each block as you free up more time for yourself. Adapt it to your current situation, adjust the duration, change the order, add or delete if needed. You're free to modify it. I'm just here to give you the base. Now let's talk about the reality of it, the drawbacks, and then the upsides. Now, the most obvious drawback is your social life. Adopting this kind of structure makes it hard to go out and drinks on Fridays. More than that, it means that you're taking a coding class and you're meditating while others are prepping for the party. And you'll probably have to miss the party. So you need a solid reason to explain yourself why you stayed home instead of going out. The frustration will be present, but it's an opportunity to reflect on its root cause instead of acting impulsively. Following this idea, another drawback is the potential lack of understanding or support from others. Because many people won't understand why you're following this protocol instead of just going out. Again, you need a solid reason to protect you from stopping and abandoning the protocol. Now, if you've personalized the structure according to your needs and followed it for more than 2 weeks, trust me, you will see substantial results. Not only you will feel proud of yourself for accomplishing all these things, but you'll also develop remarkable work ethic and discipline. And this system will radiate onto other areas of your life, helping you regulate your daily routine altogether in all realms. Because you have a clear structure and you know what to do and when to do it, you won't feel like you're running out of time. Instead, you'll feel in charge of your own time, in control of your day, and even if your day job isn't fulfilling, you're optimizing the rest of your day to be so. Now, on an emotional level, you'll feel gratitude, as I said, instead of regret. You will know that you did your best to improve your current circumstances and that you're trying to improve in order to change your life. More importantly, your subconscious will know that you did everything you could to enhance the quality of your life, your work, and overall engagement. This is key to living a meaningful life, as you and your brain will end up on the same team, grinding towards the same objectives. And as always, I hope this helps. Trust the process.